Welcome to the Zion Diaries, Episode 1. If you don't already know me, hello, my name is Danny, and I make pottery, and my business is called the Ceramic Sunflower. In June, I visited Zion National Park, and I went to the Zion Lodge and showed them some of my work and asked if they would be interested in carrying any of my work, since I'm local to Utah and they love to support local artists. They said absolutely, so I made 8 pieces that were Zion National Park themed, and they loved them so much that they asked me for 192 pieces, which is very exciting but also really scary because I'm a small batch potter. It's just me in my own little home studio just making pottery, and I typically only do small website launches, and I've never done anything like this. I've never even done wholesale before. So we agreed that I'm going to do 6 batches of 32 pots so that they can have stock on their shelves while I make the rest of the mugs that they want. That makes it way more manageable for me and better for them because they can be selling the product while I'm making more. And I thought, why not create a series on this where I can just talk about everything that goes into doing a wholesale order. I was asked to talk about how the pricing works and other things like that, so that is one of the things that I will be talking about in this series. There will be 6 episodes in this series, and in each episode I will just talk about how it's going, the struggles, the successes, and how everything is working behind the scenes. Today is day 5 of the first batch of Zion pottery. It is really early in the morning. I'm really tired, but this is my last day throwing. As you can see, I already have some pots made. So it's time to make the final, I think it's 10 or 11 pots. And then tomorrow I'll trim them and finish them up. So I just got ready for the day, and then I decided to check on pots. As you can see, some of them are up on the shelf to dry. And I looked, and we have 2 handle cracks, but I'm really hoping that I can save them and fix them. So I'm going to get a little bit of vinegar and a little paintbrush, as well as one of these little tools. I don't know if it's gonna let me show you, but it's like the double-sided tool, okay? I have a handle crack, it's at the base. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of smooth it out and then use some vinegar to pack that clay dust into the crack to kind of repair it. So it looks like this side's doing pretty well. Like this handle is doing pretty well. Looks pretty fused back together and fixed up. All right, all of the mugs are good for right now, so it's time to throw some new mugs. For this batch of pottery, I was throwing 10 pieces every day, and that's not very unusual for me. I typically throw between 6 and 10 pieces in any given throwing session, so the quantity wasn't that big of a deal to me. I was pretty used to that. However, when it came to decorating the pieces, I got burnt out very quickly on that because I don't typically make the same piece multiple times. What I like to do is I will have a themed collection, for example, an ocean collection. So I'll have multiple different ocean animals on different types of pieces, but I don't make the same thing. For example, a sea turtle mug. I will only make 1 of those. I won't make 10 of them. So when it came to these mugs where I had to make multiple mugs that were exactly the same, I very quickly got burnt out and was tired of making the same thing. Creating the pieces from throwing to having the piece fully finished and ready to dry, it only took me about 6 days, so that wasn't that big of a deal. But by the 3rd day of decorating pieces, I was starting to lose it because I had to sculpt 4 lizards and I was very tired. I was in the studio until 1 a.m. that night. Today is either 7, 8, or 9. I don't know what day it is. But all of the pottery is made and ready for a bisque fire, so that's what we're going to do today is send it off to the kiln to get fired. Did not record loading the kiln, but I did get a little clip of us unloading it. We had to do the bisque fire in 2 firings, so here's the first batch that I brought home to glaze. Now, I do have my own kiln, but I don't keep it at my house because I don't have the correct outlet for it or any space for it. So I keep it at my boyfriend's house because he has space and the outlet for it. Once I had these pots ready to go to the glaze kiln, I got the second batch of pottery to glaze up. I have no idea what day it is, but I'm done glazing and the first glaze kiln was already fired, so today we're going to unload that and also pack up all of these finished pots to go in the second glaze firing. Glaze kiln number 1 has been unloaded and glaze kiln number 2 is now loaded and I'm about to start it up. I am unloading glaze kiln number 2. I got all of the pottery home and finished it up by sanding it so everything's nice and smooth, and then I got everything on my website for the Zion Lodge, and to see all my work out displayed like this was really exciting. I was really proud of myself for all of the hard work that I put into these pieces. I have officially finished the first batch of Zion pottery and they have purchased it, so I'm going to be shipping it this week. Everything's boxed up and ready to go. I'm just waiting on an About Me card that I ordered to go up for a display, as well as some other things that I would like to have on display with the pots. In the middle of this next batch of pottery, I will be starting my second year of college, so I am going to try and navigate working full-time and going to school full-time. I did get a question from this person on Instagram asking me how the pricing is working, so I wanted to share what I am doing. I just averaged out what a mug costs for me, which is about $50, and then since it's a wholesale order, I gave them half off. So I'm selling each mug for $25 a piece, which in each batch totals up to $800. I don't know how much Zion will be selling the mugs for. I imagine anywhere between $50 and $70, but I'm not sure. I'm really hoping I can go visit and actually see my mugs in the store and see how much they're selling them for. And then I will be able to answer that question, hopefully in one of the future videos. Thank you so much for watching episode 1 of the Zion Diaries. I hope you come back for episode 2.